All right, let's start the
Yes,
episode.
like that.
Yes. All right. Three, two, one. Hi guys, welcome to Peaches and Sweets podcast. I am Aona.
I'm Brina.
For about transitioning from secondary school, from primary school to secondary school. If you are wondering why I am like this, why the intro was like that, it's because I made a boo boo and I forgot to record. I forgot to press record on our previous episode, and so we were talking for an hour for nothing. But it's okay, at least we prepared.
Yeah, at least it was fine. It's really fine. I mean, like, we were kind of already wanting to sort of kind of um re-record it in a way because of many mishaps during the episode. So we've decided to film something that is very chill, I hope. I feel like I should check up on you, but so we're gonna talk about moving from primary to secondary school. So as some of you probably should remember, me and Ariona, we went to the same primary school for around 6 years. She is 6 years. I'm for about five years ish, because I left within the first 3 months of on my 6 year to move. So I went. It's a bit complicated, but I'm gonna say it because my school year in my current school or in my last school, I was there for 8 years. So in the first 4 years, it's kind of like my primary school, but I'll be combining that experience with my Singapore school, and then the last next 4 years is kind of like my secondary school, where the ending is mostly like my maturita. If I were to translate maturita, it's more like A levels exams. So we had to we went to an all girls school. When we moved to a mixed school, I'm not sure about you, but I was absolutely terrified. I I felt very lost, and I felt very terrified. I felt very lost. Maybe it was because also of the language barrier, but I couldn't look a boy in the eye. I couldn't even hold their hands when we had to do PE sports. I was so scared. And I don't know, it took me a while to get used to it. I think it took me like a couple, like my first 2 years, it was very difficult. But then after a while, I got used to it. How
Yeah.
about you?
For me, transitioning, we both came from an all-girls school. Transitioning to a secondary school, my secondary school was a mixed school, so there were boys and girls. I am sorry, boys, to the boys, but y'all are a traumatizing bunch, man. um, I guess it was interesting to learn the different levels of rowdiness a boys like that boys can bring. It was pretty rowdy. A lot of shouting, a lot of weird screaming, a lot of explicit um experiences that I noticed that person. Experiences that I don't know can be said on the internet. But just know that y'all boys, y'all are a traumatizing bunch. But to balance it out, girls can be kind of a what's that swear word alternative? Girls can be kind of a
Let me
little.
check.
Let's check it. Let's
Let me
check it.
check.
How do we say it?
Son of the gun.
Yes, girls
So
can be a little
basically,
son
I
of a gun too.
so basically I created a swear word alternative for us not to swear. So it's what we have for now.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not just the boys. I think for me, I remember I had a teacher that came from the same primary school as us, and she was teaching me in secondary school. And then she was also kind of agreeing with me. She was like, it's traumatic. The transition is traumatic. Um, but the thing
Mm,
is, I mean, I wasn't really part of a very liked
big.
group at all. Yeah, like we weren't liked. We just people kind of picked on us. Nothing ever physical, but more of like a verbal thing. People kind of picked on us because we were the nerds. We did our homework. We handed things in on time. And so people didn't really like
Yeah.
that. So, yeah, I think that's part of the reason why like in the crushes episode I said I caught feelings fast because to see a guy that did not hate me or did not look disgusted by us was a refreshing sight. How about you?
Um, I really never had a crush in school like you did. Like in my class, we were a really small class. So in the first year, we were like 11 students. In the next, we were like 12, and then like 13. We were like it was quite small. Like it was a bit different than in like Singapore school. We didn't have like 1F, 1G, or any of this kind of classes. It was all just like it's like primary one, primary two. It's not like sided, you know? It wasn't like that.
Oh,
So this is what my gymnasium was like. It was a private gymnasium, so I guess other schools are different. But in my private gymnasium, we were like this. But I never had a crush on anybody in class growing up. Um,
I
no,
had
I
a
mean like I never had a crush in my class growing up. But obviously, like if I got once I got to the third and fourth year, I had a crush on somebody, but he was in upper class. He was like a senior. But I just I've always felt uncomfortable around boys, but I think they never were as crazy or like what you wrote to me, what they did. They never were like that. Um, we just keep getting into trouble in class, and we keep breaking our class. So I think that was what it was. The culture is really different. Like they swear like out loud, and that was why that's how I started swearing because of them. But there wasn't really any clique. I mean, there were like group of people that hang out together, but in generosity, I think everybody hang out together. But obviously, like during we have like 5 or 10 minutes break after each lessons, so we do talk to certain people. But because I was like very new, I did all my homework because Singapore, I learned everything from Singapore. We need to have everything done. Um, but I talked mostly with the girls. And only after like I went to like secondary school, like really in my like second like my for my third year in my sex school and my last year, which was like this year, is only when I started talking with the boys in my class. But I've always just talked with the girls. But I've never like I'm the kind of girl that like if I meet one person I really like, I stay on them for like months and years. So for me, also I'm not saying that they're not attractive, but when they were younger, they were not attractive. They weren't like my type. Um, I mean now they are because obviously they are like grown up, but like that's still not my type. So like I didn't really like crush on anybody, and they weren't like as rowdy as you guys were. It was mostly like it was a group effort. We were all rowdy together as a group.
uh, yeah, there was a lot of my side also had a lot of screaming and shouting and cursing and swearing out loud. But yeah, the
Yeah.
guys like you would. I think a lot of people in Singapore secondary school that are mixed schools, they can probably relate to this moment where like during PE, a gym session, the whole thing about guys changing in the classroom, just out in the open like that, and then like girls having to like hide away or run, and then there'll be like someone in the class cabinet changing inside. So you would like open the door and it'd just be someone changing inside there and be like, cool.
You'd be surprised. In like my school, the girls and boys just change in the same room, and I'm like,
Damn.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. I mean, yeah, and then they would spray a heck load of deodorant. So much deodorant. I didn't even need to worry about deodorant because if you
It's
walked into the
annoying.
class,
But it means you don't have to buy them. This is what I do. It's just that I just like walk behind them and they spray. It's just
but really, like you could walk into the class and then you could come out smelling as if you did put deodorant. It's bizarre.
yeah.
But I think the pros and cons of being in like a all girls school compared to a, well, we can only speak about all girls. We obviously can't speak about all boys. But from an all girls school compared to a mixed school, what would you say the pros are?
Um,
We both
girls
give
are
that face.
mean. Girls are mean on their own, so I think that toughened us up. Okay, I'm not saying that the girls in our school were mean, like in case anybody from that school are watching. No, the school system and how it challenged us, it made us this way. And it was like a fight. We were all in fight mode in school. I do not know why we were, but it was how the school affected us with the marks and everything. So we were all in fight mode. So I don't blame them for how they behave because I also knew that I was behaving like a son of a gun. So like I knew that in that school we were all acting that way towards each other. But I don't blame them. Like now that I really don't blame them. However, I think that was toughen us up that we are so used to like this kind of attitude. Is that the correct word? Kind
Yeah.
of attitude. Um,
Like I think
I think that's like the
for
pros.
girls,
I mean, like,
I don't mean to stereotype too much because, you know, gender equality.
just speak like from your own perspective, though.
Sorry?
Just speak from your own perspective, like how you think it was pros. Like, if you really were to think about it, for me, I would say that our school toughened me up so much.
I'd say the pros about being in an all girls school is that I guess you don't really have to worry too much about rowdiness. The thing is, I don't want to stereotype genders because a lot of things girls do, guys can do, things guys do, girls can do. But I do feel like in an all girls school, from my experience, there wasn't as much rowdiness. It was mainly like more passive aggressive drama. You know, you don't like
Yeah, but
someone, you
later
talk
then,
behind their back and there's backstabbing. Whereas once I went to a mixed school, from my experience there became more shouting, um, like people trying to start physical fights, the guys, and then the guys being very like open with their, like trying to like show off their masculinity. They're like, oh, you know, look at me, I'm so strong. And then do like arm wrestling challenges, things like that. Which I mean, some of the girls did join in also. Like we also did the arm wrestling stuff. But
yeah.
the cons for me is that I guess there's like a whole new world out there. If you, like when I was in the girls' school, it was like you're not experiencing everything because it's all girls. Once guys are involved, you have those things like like crushes and these kind of drama happening, relationships blooming up and away. Um, and I think it did kind of teach me a lot about like standing my ground because the guys would always kind of like try to pick on me. Um, but yeah, it did kind of teach you how to stand your ground, how to have normal conversation with boys, and um, know how to just be friends with them, I guess.
Yeah. And like I don't want to like you. I don't like to like genderize. I find like being with the boys or talking with the boys sometimes slightly better than talking to the girls.
Yeah, I realized I did have a lot more. Like I ended up having quite a bit of. A, like it was easier for me to befriend guys than it was to befriend girls sometimes.
Yeah.
I think.
Like I don't
Yeah.
have much boy friends. Boys that are friends that are boys. But I would say that I sometimes do enjoy just talking to them more because they're really interesting. Not like oh this is what my friends group we talk about. We talk about like actually no I don't know I don't know like I don't mind it. It's just like with the boys are like easier. I don't know why.
Well,
We're
I
just
think
not
maybe
gonna
because they're
say
more
back.
open.
I
Like
yeah, they're more open.
they're more like, oh yeah, join us. Just chill, hang out. You're chill, we're chill, and that's that. That's easier.
Yeah.
Whereas, when it's with the girls, it's more like, oh, what's her deal? Why is she here?
Yeah.
Who is she friends with? What kind of person is she like? I
But
guess it's a
I
bit
don't
more.
feel
It's
it
like deeper. Girls tend to go
because I
deeper.
know I'm a girl and I overthink a lot. So
Same.
like whenever I'm with the girl, I'm always like I have to think about how to say these things. I'll overthink what I say to them, or they'll overthink what I'm saying to them. But with the boys, I just never have to think.
Yeah. I guess
No,
it's
like I don't mean
easier
it
to
bad.
just like, yeah.
It depends with whom. But now that I'm older, like I'm now having friends that are also girls that I don't even think when I'm talking with them. I just like,
Yeah.
But I guess when you're younger, you have to like, because we're all growing up, so we're at that age where it's very impressionable that we're like everything affects us. So I think that was why like I overthink a
Yeah.
lot when I talk with the girls.
Like my class in poly had it was all girls except for like three boys. And two out of the
Okay.
three boys are not straight. So we did it's funny because we did like a percentage count in our class about how many of us were straight and how many of us were not straight.
Ooh.
More than half the class was not straight. So, and we loved each other so much, like we didn't really care. It was just funny to know that, oh, like in a class full of girls with three boys and two of the boys are also not straight, like this is this is magical. And I
Hmm.
guess
Done that quiz in my class. I should have done that quiz in my class. It would be interesting
yeah,
to
it's
find
quite
out.
fun, like the more you know. And the fact
Yeah.
that we could still like accept each other so freely was really nice. But I think it is true, like when you are young, it's a bit more different because you still don't really get social cues. You still have a lot of awkward moments, cringy moments, which I still do have now, but not as much
Yeah,
as
it's
when I was
fun.
young. Uh, yeah. So pros and cons. It's more of like I guess when you're in a same like an all girls or an all boys school, it's kind of incomplete because you don't have any much interaction with the other gender.
Mm.
But yeah,
Now I'm completely fine with like I think now it's fine. I think now we've gotten a taste of both sides.
yeah, I wouldn't
That's
say
all
I
good.
prefer. I mean, obviously, it would make more. I prefer being in a mixed school because that's the closest to like real life. You're in
Yeah.
that you have boys and girls everywhere, and however you identify yourself as. So yeah, I don't really have much of a preference. It's just kind of the things that you experience when you grow up.
I would say I prefer a mixed school rather than a girls' school. I think no, I'm not sure about you, but in my primary school when I was like back in Singapore, it was just really too traumatizing for me to just be with the girls. Like it was just too much drama and it's
Mm,
like but when
yeah,
I
I
was in the
mean, the
mixed
thing
school, the
is,
dramas are different.
yeah, the dramas are more like passive. Like you don't really have like break out fights or anything. It's more like you talk
It
about it
mentally
with your
drains
friends.
you.
Yeah, it does. And
And
I
I
think for me, it wasn't, it was because I didn't really have those problems until it was upper primary, like primary 5 and 6, because that's when you kind of like have your mindset settling in and you think about what's morally right and you take things more seriously. And so that's when drama started happening for me.
yeah, mine started since I was like what, P2?
Mm.
It's okay, my Malay class is something else. Let me just tell you, my Malay class is this is a fact that all Malay, everybody in my Malay class, we can also talk about this. We almost got our Malay teacher fired. Um, yeah,
What did you do?
no, I will admit, I will say this right now. Even the teacher was correct. Back then, I was like, oh my god, she's so rude. But now I'm like, we were literally the worst Malay class in the whole school. We, okay, no offense, she wasn't a good teacher, but we weren't good students. We honestly traumatized the teacher, and the teacher traumatized us. We're both like, it was a two-way thing.
Oh wow, what did you guys do? I'm kind of scared to know how you almost got a fire.
Uh, well, you know, as girls, we love complaining.
Hmm.
Certain people in my class love overly complaining to their parents.
Uh, I remember in primary
It
school,
was a team effort.
I used to hang out with the bookshop owner. Remember? Me and some of my other friends, we always called her Anto. Anto, because it's like an auntie, but we just went Anto. And then we would always just stand outside her bookshop and chat with her for hours while waiting for our parents. And then I think there was once she even let us into the bookshop to like watch one of the scary um like she wanted to show us this scary video, and then we were like, oh yeah, yeah, we want to see. So she just let us in for like 5 minutes, and I remember the video. It was like about someone over the days like just getting more and more insane, and then like eating styrofoam cups and things like that. But yeah, I think there's just a certain kind of
Wait, wait,
innocence that
wait.
comes.
Think styrofoam cups?
I don't think you were there. I was hanging out with the other friends.
No, but eating styrofoam
Yeah, it
cups?
was one of those horror things where like over the days, as the day goes by, the person gets more and more insane and like starts eating things raw, like styrofoam, plastic, and then goes in front of the mirror and then the reflection does something, that kind of thing.
Okay, okay.
Your face is like shocked.
How old were you?
um Maybe in primary 5, 6, 6, I think, primary 6.
So like 9, 10,
Maybe,
10, 11.
maybe.
Okay,
Nothing
okay.
wrong. But then I think at the same time the discipline master kind of caught us and then gave her a warning. But
What the hell was she again? Wait, let me just try to remember which one.
I think she wore like the orange shirt, kind of like Uncle Roger to be honest. But
Oh God, her. She was a discipline master. Was she also a PE teacher? Kind of.
no, no, not the discipline master. The bookshop lady wore the orange shirt. The discipline master was the guy. It's a guy with a very deep voice. I don't know how.
Is it kind of short?
Is he kind of what?
Short.
I don't remember. I
Oh,
mean, he's
yeah.
taller than me for sure now.
We had only like 4 or 5 male teachers in our school.
Did we?
Did he teach PE? Yeah.
No.
Oh, I know him. He wasn't in my class. Like I never got it. I never met him. Like we were never.
Oh. But yeah, I think there is a certain innocence that comes with primary school where you guys we just kind of go through that kind of drama about who likes who backstabbed who, and I guess it's just a certain kind of innocence that you can't get anywhere else except for when you were young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thinking about it, I don't miss it, but I kind of like, I really wonder if you and I go back to primary school, like now with our mindset, like, I
I
think we
think
would
we
have
just look
mentally
at
survived.
we would just look around and be like, "What the heck?" It's just like chill out,
No, for me.
man. Leave her alone. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I remember there was once I even complained to our one of our teachers because there was once they gave out like a pencil sharpener. It was a cute pencil sharpener with like a sticker on the top, and the sticker would be like a frog or a bunny or something like that. And I found it really cute, but my friend, I think she took mine or something, and so I kind of complained about it to the teacher because she's been like getting on my nerves recently. And I complained about it, and then like she gave it back to me. There was even a time when I thought my friend took my scissors because for some reason it didn't occur to me that people sell the multiple versions of the same scissors out there. So, so when someone had the same scissors as me, I thought they took it. It could have just been they bought another one. But yeah, this type of drama, you only get this drama when you're in like that age. You don't get that drama anymore now. It's kind of funny.
I'm happy though.
Sorry?
I'm happy I have no drama. I legit have no drama. I just hear drama all the time. I'm like,
Mm.
oh, I'm always like, why am I not any into the drama? But I'm like, yeah, nah, nah, nah. I can't go through drama. Sorry, I've been having nails, so I've been like doing this with my nails.
Yeah, you
It's
talk with your
really
nails.
fun. Yeah, it's like it's really nice of it. Let me show you.
Are those
Like,
acrylic or are they gel?
it's acrylic, yeah.
Oh,
And
damn.
I wanted like a blue, like a summer theme. Yeah, sorry. Drama. I okay, my primary school drama is really something else. You don't even want. It's a lot of like, she stole my friend, and I'm like, excuse you, I knew her since we were in primary one, so technically, you stole my friend. So
That
all
level
this
of
stupid drama.
sass.
And then like I had a lot of different cliques. I had like three cliques in primary school. So I have like an after school clique, which I love them. The weird thing is we only hang out after school. So we never really, because we're all in different classes. I only hang out with one of them. But actually, I've been trying to find her. She left the same year that I did, on the exact same day. Her speech to the, because we both had to give speeches to the class. We were in the same class giving speeches. Her speech was like, okay, I'll go first. Bye. And then she just sat down. And I'm like,
Wait, was I in
the
that
hell is
class?
wrong with.
Do I know her?
She was in, I was in 6I.
I was in the same class as you in primary six.
Yeah. Yeah, you were. I've been trying to find her. Back then, she didn't have any phone, any Instagram, or anything. So she gave me her email, but I lost the email. But I've been trying to find her because we became best friend in like the last 2 years. And I honestly like, she was one of the best friends I've ever had. And I can't find her anymore. I know that she moved to Australia, but
I don't remember. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if she's
okay.
watching, but I don't remember.
Okay, we're going to bleep this. Bleep. Her name was Trisha.
Trisha. Was she Chinese?
No, she was Indian. Like, yeah, she was Indian.
Trisha. Sounds familiar. Is that her full name?
I don't know if we name.
Damn.
Yeah, but like I had different cliques, and I think the best clique I love was the after school clique because there was no drama, absolutely like no drama whatsoever. And then in my other clique, it was more like this one particular girl was jealous of me because the other girls were listening to me more, and she got upset about like the thing is she was really popular and I wasn't. I was more like I was the best friends pet, you know? But then she didn't like it that in our clique, people were listening to me. But yet she's more popular than I was. But I never cared to be popular. Then in my last clique, it was there were most of the drama that I stole her friend or something. And I was like, I really couldn't give a like care about it. Like she was my best friend first. And I genuinely thought she I heard some rumors that she wanted to kill me. It got that bad. I was like, the hell? So do you remember all the way to the fourth floor where you can oversee our big hall where we had to sit there for assembly? We were all the way up at the fourth floor and I was back at the thing. In my mind, I'm like, she's she's going to push me off. She's going to push me off. She's actually gonna kill me here. She's going to kill me here. And like I was absolutely terrified that I was gonna get killed at that school. So
Oh
that was my
wow.
drama.
The innocence of primary school. I mean, I've told you this before. Like in primary six, like I got drama because I was in between two friends. No, they weren't friends. They weren't friends. But typical me, I was always the middleman, and so I was friends with both of them, even though they weren't friends with each other. And so
Oh shit, I have to know this.
yeah, and so I was we were like what 10 years old, primary six. So I didn't know how to go about it because I was scared that they would be mad at me for hanging out with both of them because they both didn't like each other. And in primary school, you had the whole thing about if you friend her, I don't friend you, that kind of thing, which she never said, but I always assumed because I was just scared. And so I did this stupid thing. Okay, I was 10 years old. Okay, give me some slack. But I said this thing. I went to one of them. Um, when I was supposed to hang out with the other one, I went to one the other. How do I say this? When I went to A, when I was supposed to hang out with A, I would tell A that oh yeah yeah I don't really like B. B is she annoys me. She gets on my nerve. And then when I went to B, and I was supposed to hang out with B, I would tell her oh yeah, I don't really like A. A is A gets on my nerve and she annoys me. Not because it was actually true. None of them annoyed me. I got along with both of them. It's just that I was scared that if either of them knew that I was hanging out with the other person, they would be mad at me. So I did that. And then one day, I saw one of them crying, and I was like, "Oh, what happened?" And then she said that she overheard or someone told her about what I said, saying that I was annoyed by her and blah 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 blah. And I was just thinking like, it's not true. Like I just don't know what to do in between you guys. And it's no one's fault. You're at a young age.
No,
Obviously, I wouldn't do that now because I'm more older and I know what to say. But at that young age, I was just like, oh, they can't find out that I'm hanging out with the other person, and I need to tell them that they annoy me. But yeah, that's why I don't blame anyone about the drama they did to me in primary school because everyone's just so young. It's just more
mm,
funny now than anything. Yeah.
yeah. Now I'm like, oh my god, a friend. The friend I consider my best friend wanted to actually kill me. I'm like, wow.
Wow. She wanted to kill me. But yeah.
Yeah, but I'm grateful for all of that. Like I said, like primary school really it's taught me a lot. But one thing I really dislike was how many bloody rules we had. I like one rule I didn't like. It was like I get it, we cannot have our phone like in class, but if I was one in the corridor, I was like walking. I was like waiting in school for something. I had like remedial, but I had to wait for like what, half an hour? And I was just walking and I was just on my phone. And then a prefect came, don't be on your phone. I was like, okay, fine. I kept my phone in my pocket. Wait for that prefect to go, was on my phone again. Another prefect came. I was like, fine. And I was like, waited for her to go, and I was on my phone back again. And then another prefect came. I was like, I I'm on my phone in the corridor. I have no classes. I'm not doing any harm. I'm just messaging people. I hated that rule. And like, no drinking in class. You have to ask permission if you want to drink.
Oh, that
But then if
thing.
you ask permission, it's like, why are you asking permission? But if
We
you
had to,
drink, the teacher like, why are you drinking? It's just like,
like, for some context, we're talking about drinking water. Like, not even a sweet
yeah,
drink. We had to ask for permission to drink water. Like, you had
mm,
to raise your hand in
yeah.
class and be like, can I drink some water? And then you can drink
You not
water.
even raise your hand if you want to go to the bin to throw something.
That's kind of ridiculous. And then, like, I think I had a teacher in Chinese class, I think, that got, like, we would have to ask permission to drink or, like, drink without her looking because she would be thirsty. Something like that. It was quite weird. She would be like, I have to talk to you guys the entire day. My throat is dry. Seeing you guys drink water in front of me, I was like, sorry. But it was quite stupid. We also had rules about. A lot of people had like pretty general rules when it came to socks. Like just um, no very like oh, I can't show my feet. God knows where my feet will end up on the internet. But like it had to be long enough socks to reach above your ankle. And that would generally be like the rule. But no, our school specified your socks must be above the ankle by 5 cm.
Yeah.
I can't.
And they actually do check. Some
Sorry?
teachers actually check.
Yeah, I was
Some
like, are you
teachers,
actually gonna bring a ruler to my foot to check that? And there was once, I think I used the school socks so much because our school socks had a logo on it. And I used it so
yeah.
much that it became so loose, it reached all the way up to my knees. And I remember just walking past the parade square when a teacher saw it and she kind of thought it was ridiculous, understandably. So she got down on her knees and like rolled down my socks. I remember it was so loose that I would roll it down until it became like a little muffin at the side. But yeah, we had pretty ridiculous rules. You had to check your nails, which I guess many primary schools did, like
If
check
we're
your nails.
cold, yeah, but if we're cold in class, we can only use the school jacket, but they're freaking expensive.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to wear our own jackets. You had to wear the school jacket with the school logo on it. Um, and I think what was it? Yeah, yeah. I think for me the most ridiculous rule was the drinking water. Like, come
Now in
on, I
my
just want to
school, we don't
drink
even
some
ask.
water.
Yeah, now in my school, we don't even ask. We go to the back of the class and just fill up our water bottles. We're literally one person drinking an energy drink in class. Now that's like how my school is like. Like one time in my English class in the school, I was like, "Can I eat?" I didn't eat breakfast. He was like, "Fine," and I knew we weren't gonna do stuff, so I literally ate my whole freaking breakfast in class. Or like in class, sometimes I'll just take a snack and put it in my mouth to eat. And that's like really fun. If I want to throw stuff, I just throw things to the bin.
I
But
think
like,
there were sometimes I don't know if this is true, but was it? If we wanted to drink water, some teachers would ask us to go out of the class to drink.
some of them, yeah.
I think that happened. And also, I realized that I don't know if it's an actual thing that goes on with other primary schools, but when I told my mom, or like I think one of my friends, she was quite shocked to know that our primary school had a school pledge.
Is it not common?
Apparently not. I don't know. I've never like cause she said she she knows that there's like a national anthem, a national pledge, and a school song, but she never heard of a school pledge. So I don't know.
Do you remember the school pledge? Out of curiosity, I'm just gonna just quickly Google what our school pledge was.
We, the students of
Memo.
what school, pledged that we will be something something something. I just remember we, the students of. I remember the school song though.
I
Wait,
don't
don't
even
say the
remember that.
name.
Read the purpose of the blah, pledge that we will be responsible and respectful, strive to reach our best, be loyal and true to our family, school, and country, be sensitive to people of all races, faiths, and be just and fair to all, and always remember to our school motto: God is our light.
Yeah, we came from a, was it Catholic school?
Yeah,
Yeah, we came from a
it's kind
Catholic
of funny
school.
because I'm a Muslim.
Yeah, I remember the school song, but I don't remember the school pledge.
I don't
Guided by
remember.
God's
Yeah,
eternal light.
I sleep during sometimes, like because we have to, we have to do the prayers, and I'm like, I can't sing this, I can't pray this, and I'm like, it's so frustrating. The morning assembly is so fucking frustrating. If we don't sing loud enough, they're gonna make us repeat it. I'm like, hello, it's 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. During
Like,
my graduation recently, like we had to stand up to sing the national anthem. Oh my gosh, so much nostalgia. I haven't had to do that for years. And I was like, oh wow, do I still remember the anthem?
I
But
don't even
yeah,
want to know if I remember anything.
school rules. I find that our school was pretty strict with our rules, yeah.
Very too
Yeah.
much sometimes.
And I guess my dad didn't really like it, I think. He didn't really like how the school was so strict and so like studies kind of thing.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
didn't like
my
it.
my school bag was so heavy. Like I measured it once. No joke. It was 7 kg.
Why do you even bring to school, to be
Because
honest?
I never left things under the table. I never dared to.
Be-
So I would bring just all the textbooks, a book, and I was very like Singapore you call it kiasu. I was very overly cautious. I was scared that I would forget things, so I would bring extra things. And if I didn't know if I had to bring this book, I would bring that book. So I ended up bringing so many things. My bag was so heavy. I think the reason why I am this short is because I brought such a heavy bag.
I don't remember, honestly, like what we use. And to be honest, I actually don't remember how classes were like in school. I completely forgotten. Like, we had papers, we have exercise books, we have notebooks. I really don't remember any of those. Oh,
Remember we
sorry.
have spelling? Yeah, we had English spelling. I remember because I like how this entire episode has just became more about our primary school. But I remember in primary school because I never went to kindergarten or nursery or anything before that, so I was very slow. Like, I didn't understand the thing about time limits, so a lot of my work was like late. I couldn't finish my tests, and I was, I would be so scared in class, and I would always like cry in a test because I was scared of the whole. It just daunted. It scared me. The idea of a test, like you can't ask anyone for help. You have to do everything on your own. If you don't know, it's too bad. The whole thing scared me. But yeah, primary school, huh?
Do you like our school uniforms? I did not like it.
Which one are you talking? Are you talking about like because we had pinafores, right? Is that what they call it? Pinafores? Like in when you are in
Um,
the lower primary, is that kind of one piece?
it's like a dress.
Yeah.
I,
And then when you
I
become like
prefer,
primary three
I
onwards,
prefer
it's
those
two piece.
really. Okay, I was part of in Malay it's called Minas, okay? Minas? I don't know how to translate it into English or anything, but when we were in upper primary school, we had skirts and a blouse. It was green. It was atrocious. But what me and the girls would used to do in school is that our skirt would be so, ugh, I was one of those girls. Um, our skirt would be so short, like really short. It went to one point when I used to bend over. If you could, I was literally exposing myself. But yeah, our skirt was really short. and it was supposed to be at our knees, and mine, you know, when you like measure and you put your hands at the side, mine was above my hand.
Oh, damn. I
And
don't know.
my
I never
skirt was
really.
short.
I found that it was very long.
Yeah, it was long, but I made it short. Me and my friends we like put it all the way up and make it really
Oh, is it you would fold the
not.
skirt like you just fold it?
I don't know,
Uh,
but I think that my I got my skirt tailored because I was pretty small. Even the smallest size couldn't technically fit me, so my mom had to like do extra, so like it was easier for me to like pull it upwards and like
I remember the trouble with the zipper, like when reaching
yeah.
behind and trying to pull it out. I struggled with that so much.
Every, every morning it was very frustrating.
And then I had this problem with my school skirt in secondary school where like it wouldn't fit the hips. Like I don't know whether I had big hips or something, but like it would be very tight at the hips and then it would like branch out. So it would look very weird. Like it would be your skirt starts here and then it would be just tight and then it branches out. And it looked kind of weird. I didn't have that problem in primary school because you're still young, my hips are still small. But I think I remember we changed how our P shirt looked like, right? At one point. Yeah, I think they changed it from
Yeah,
like cotton to dry fit.
it was such a controversial.
Really?
But I like the new material though. Yeah, because the old material was cotton and the new one was like dry fit. So I really like the dry fit one.
Yeah, I like the new one. And now whenever I see primary school students from our school walk by, I'm like, hey. It's like, oh, still the
Oh, you
same
get to see that?
school socks, same kind of PE shirt. I see. All right, all right. Same black shoe straps. All right.
Oh, I miss it.
But yeah, that's
Oh,
primary school.
yeah. When I went to secondary school, like when I moved from primary school to the Czech Republic, we had no school uniforms. So it was a bit different for me because I had to figure out who I was. So like every single day was like a new outfit, and it was just,
Oh
I
yeah,
think
I
what
can't
I
imagine the
really like.
stress of that.
I know it's really weird. Not many people like it, but I prefer school uniforms because it's like everybody looks the same. And I know people like, okay, it's just a very like close, like a lot of people are for uniforms, a lot of people aren't. But I'm for just because, yes, we don't really have the ability to express who we are via our clothes. But I like the fact that we're all the same. I like the fact I don't have to pick up my outfit every single day. I have something already picked up for me. And it's like we're all the same. And so outfits are not really the top, you know? It's like, because obviously, like my school, it's a, it's kind of expensive. So like majority of the people there are like really, wealthy. Their parents are really wealthy. But like their clothes reflects who they are. And like I never buy expensive clothes. Never. I get hand me down by my sister, and I like it a lot because I like all of her clothes. So like obviously like for me, in like growing up, I see other people with their fancy brands and everything. I used to feel so insecure, but I never wanted to buy any of those. I know like that's why I just prefer uniforms. It's like I know you don't really have to kind of express yourself. But for me, like I'm a nerd, okay? I go to school for actual educational purpose. Like I actually like to study. Like if I'm in school, I prefer doing school stuff and like extra curriculum to help me improve myself. But when I'm out of school is when I'm like completely different. So like what is your intake about uniforms?
I think I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't have a choice because in Singapore you have to wear a uniform. Only when
Yeah.
you are in poly or after JC, then you can choose to wear your own. But um, so I think when I was young, I didn't like the uniform. I liked the fact that I wanted to wear our own clothes. But as I got older, I realized that maybe maybe it is a good idea to have people in a uniform when they are young. Because I think when you all have to wear the same thing and go by the same rules when you are young, it kind of doesn't give you the mindset of being like, of judging someone's outfit or like being narcissistic. You don't, you kind of eliminate the whole thing about, oh, your outfit looks very bad today, or like you didn't do your hair well, or your makeup is bad because it wasn't allowed. And I guess that kind of goes in favor when you grow up because you don't get the habit of judging someone by its look. Um, but I do think that at some point, I it kind of helps you appreciate when you are able to have the freedom to dress however you want. Obviously, nothing too showy because it's still a school, but it made me appreciate being able to dress up differently. So it wasn't really a very whether I was pro uniform or not. It was more like I think I'm pro uniform when you were young to kind of let you know that these things, looks, makeup, hair, outfits, they don't matter that much. Um, but I mean, I can't imagine the stress of having to like. I always see on internet when they're like, oh, um, you come back on the first day of school, you always dress really nice, and then like a week or two later, you come to school in like sweats. Like I never got that until I
Like,
went to poly, where it's like, oh, you dress really well, and then you run out with you run out of outfits, and you end up wearing the same thing. Like right now, I wear the kind of pretty much the same thing that yesterday my friend was like, why do you wear the same set of clothes every time? And I'm like, I need more pants. Like it's not easy to match things with this pants, so I always wear the same top with it. Uh but yeah, I can't imagine having to always plan out your outfits or have to choose versatile outfits so that you don't run out of ideas.
I had worn my pajamas top to school before. Like I was running late, so I just put on jeans, and my pajamas top was like it was acceptable. I just put that on and I just ran out.
Yeah, my friend did that for poly. She just wore, I guess it's her pajamas, but it doesn't look like a typical pajamas. It's just a hoodie and like sweatpants in a sense. She just came to school in that and then slept in class. Yeah. So the whole uniform thing, I think it teaches a good lesson.
Yeah, I'm for uniform. Like, but obviously, when you get older, like when you're like 15, 16-ish, then I guess no uniforms. But like, I love the fact that like in primary school, I love the fact that the one thing we never talked about was our clothes or
Yeah, in
our
fact,
makeup or
in
our
secondary school there was once I think they kind of reinstated a rule because of me. Because we wore white uniforms, okay? And if you're a girl, you know how hard it is to like wear a bra that doesn't show through a cloth, white clothes. So the front part of our uniform would be double layered to kind of remove that worry, whereas but the back wasn't. So the back was still one layer. So if I there was once I wore a sports bra that was I think like it was bright orange and I didn't think that it would show through because it didn't at first. Because when the uniform was still quite new, the material was thick enough, you couldn't really see the color at all. What I didn't realize was that over the years as it washed over and over again, the back kind of like thinned out and so it became very noticeable, and I looked like a freaking orange highlighter running through the halls. And it got so bad to the point where a teacher pulled me aside and was like, "Why are you wearing such a bright colored bra?" And I was like, "You can see it." It's like, "Yeah, I can see it from the back." And I was like, "Well, oops." And then like the next few days, I think the teacher went on the stage and was like, "Only beige or white colored bras are allowed," and I was like, that's kind of stupid. Like it's kind of hard,
Very
harsh.
stupid.
It's not like I
Oh,
did it on purpose. Like you just tell me and then I'll just change it. I didn't know. Yeah. So similarly, it's the same thing that's happening to one of my shirts now, where it's a pretty common shirt that I always wore, but through days of months and years of washing, it thinned out, and now I can't wear it because it gets a little bit too see-through for my comfort.
just have that. Wear what you want.
I
Like,
know, but man, I was like an orange highlighter running in class.
yeah, maybe not burnt orange. Like,
Yeah, not in a school at least.
mm,
But I think there's a case right now in, is it Louisiana? I don't know. I read on internet where someone, it went viral because apparently, I don't know if it's in Louisiana, but I think so. They have like a very strict dress code where you can actually be jailed or fined for like wearing things that expose I think like a bit of your butt, or like wearing things where you can, they are more see through, or like showing your breasts or something like that, like your boobs or something like that. They're like pretty strict about it. And so there was once, I think during summer, a mother wore like a crop top, just a regular crop top with like short jeans. And I don't know whether it's because she went braless or not, but you couldn't really see much at all, cause it was, yeah, you couldn't see much. It's just your typical braless crop top with short jeans. Seems appropriate for summertime, but she got a citation for it. Like she got called over saying that she had to she's gonna get a citation, and she was like, oh, um if you can just tell me and I'll go home and change, you don't have to give me a citation. But they still gave it to her. They ignored that, and now she is like, she's, I think she wants to bring it to court or something. And I was
yes.
quite shocked. Yeah, like you can get in trouble just for that.
Oh god. I would not be welcoming to that country. That's one thing I'll tell you.
Yeah, I guess some countries they're more conservative. I'd say Singapore's pretty conservative.
It's just a bra.
Yeah, there were a few times when my friend, like I wore a crop top also, but my friend, when I stood up, she gave me her jacket and she was like, cover up. Like like I don't want to see your tummy or something. And I just looked at her. I looked at the jacket and I threw the jacket back at her. I was like, deal with it. Or like I wore
Oh,
this shirt which is also a crop top, with long, tight black pants, tight, long, black, tight jeggings, something like that. You know what I mean. And
oh,
so
black jegging.
yeah,
Yeah.
like basically skinny jeans that are black, except that they are jeggings. And I wore that out with this crop top, this necklace, and my mom saw me and she was like, "Can you cover up? Like, you want people to look at you?" I was like, I looked at her and I looked at me. I was like, this stomach is the same stomach that you have. This shoulder that you can see is the same thing that you have. This back that is
It's
slightly exposed, you also have that. So I was like, why should I feel ashamed for wearing something that shows a perfectly something that everyone has? Shouldn't I be
nope.
like,
I'm
I don't think I
just
should
gonna
be
show my
ashamed
bra
for
strap.
something I'm fortunate enough to have, you know? So, yeah, yeah, then my mom didn't have anything to say.
I don't agree with it. Like,
It's not like
don't
I'm
even get me
walking out
started on the
nude.
dress code.
I have clothes.
Like, and then you know what, who most like some of these comments are made by men. I'm like, you shut up. You just shut up. Uh,
Yeah, I'm fortunate
Yeah, I
enough
can't
to
decide.
have like guy friends that are very understanding about it. They are always like, wear what you want as long as you are comfortable. You know, yeah, if you are confident enough to wear something that, if you are feeling good on that day, confident enough in your body to wear something that's a bit more, I don't know,
Right.
like exposes your stomach or something, I say just go for it. It's not like you're going out nude. That's a different story. But just
Yeah.
wear what you're confident in.
We have sidetracked, didn't we?
Right!
Okay, before we're gonna end, we're gonna talk about one of our favorite memories from secondary school. Because I feel like primary school we have like tons of favorite memory in primary school. So we're gonna talk about our favorite memory in secondary school.
There's so many things that I can't say.
It's okay to say it.
Favorite memory in secondary school. Well, I guess it's probably would be my days in secondary too. When I was in the CCA, like an environmental CCA. Well, that was before it was a CCA. It was still like a student project. We had a lot of fun. That was probably the year that I had the most fun in because we would willingly stay back at the end of the school day, and we wait for each other, and we all like just we take care of the garden, we feed the fishes, prune the plants, but there would be so much fun in between. Like we would spray water at each other, we would splash water everywhere, and we usually go home soaked because of that. And we would play catch. Um, in secondary school, the person was someone was responsible for closing and locking the classroom. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, and so, but my friends would purposely leave the back door unlocked so that we could play hide and seek. So we went into people's classrooms and hid, like literally squeezed ourselves onto the layers of the shelf. And so like someone would be at the bottom, someone would be at the top, and we would hide and play hide and seek. There was once I was left in like a janitor's closet playing hide and seek. And then the discipline master would walk by and we'd stay as quiet as possible. Yeah, those were probably the my best memories. Like they were fun. They are those memories that I will look back on and be like, remember when we did crazy things?
Oh, yeah, that sounds crazier than mine.
What was your favorite memory in secondary?
Ow. Um, Actually, we have this like it's called seminary maths class. It's basically just advanced maths, and that class is very interesting. Like my teacher is more relaxed during that class, so it's really like a relaxed class, and it's like really funny because like every class is always different, especially because we used to have this class. We either have this class 7 a.m. in the morning, or we will have this class literally our last period. So it was like we're either really tired, or because it was early, or we're really tired because it was like a long day. So that class was always funny because the boys were just always like it was we were always like fighting the teacher about how to solve this, and I'll be like, I don't know how to solve it, and it's just uh I don't know, that class is always more funny because the teacher is more relaxed, so he doesn't scream at us at all. And if he were to scream at us, it would be like a funny scream, like why you don't know this. So it was like I was such a nerd. My favorite moment is when somebody suck at counting in our seminary advanced maths class. Or
She's smart.
I went to school hangover, and it was for the seminary maths class. And that day the teacher decided to somehow pick on me. So like just imagine hungover me, like can't even focus shit and like have to do like counting like advanced maths. I was like, I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm awake. So like I think my favorite memory is basically I finally got to do it. I went to school hungover. And anything with this seminar maths class was awesome. I think it was funny. It made my day. Like some lessons were like obviously really bad because advanced maths, who likes it? But some were just like, I'm looking forward to it. So
She's smart. She's good at math. Yeah, those are our favorite memories, I guess.
yeah.
You can tell we're pretty
So
weird people.
so
Well, this was
basically what you
one.
heard was I have no idea what this episode is gonna be about.
I have no
It's
idea how to title this episode. It was
I
supposed to
have
be
no
about
idea.
our transition from primary to secondary, which ended up. I mean, we started out well, but then we got a little sidetracked with like uniforms and life and stuff like that,
Yeah.
people's judgment. So I don't know what we will call this episode.
Once I watch it, I will name it. Once we watch it, we'll name it, I suppose.
It'll probably be
So
called
to be
like watch us try.
yes, we'll just try to talk about transitioning.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys relate to this episode, if you're from Singapore or if you're from Czech, or if you just somehow relate to it in some way, for some like ridiculous school rules or something, leave a comment, let us know. Uh, and that is all for this episode about watching us try to talk about our transitions from primary to secondary school. If you liked it, you can, I guess, watch more of us on YouTube. You can subscribe to us on YouTube or check us out on Spotify when that is settled. And you can also check out us. You can check out us on Instagram. We will link that below. If that is all, then I guess we will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
You want to check if it's recording?
My butt is so bony that it's gonna be bruised on this hard ass floor. My poor bony butt. I was called a lot of weird things in secondary school. Bonus scene for you guys. I was judged a lot about how I looked like in secondary school. People kept calling me flat. Okay. People, it was funny because they called me um an airplane runway track because it has to be so flat for airplanes to land. And then my friend took it to Instagram to say Wenyan enjoys the little things in life. And when she said that, she did like the boobs um emoji with like the bracket and the dots. He put that. It was a guy. He put that saying Wenyan enjoys the little things in life. Little did he know, my mom followed him on Instagram. So she saw that and she was not happy about it. I know, I am flat. I
Oh.
embrace it.